Hello again, Mavi traders, and welcome out to your daily currency recap. This is Ankit here, and let's break down today's market price action. It's a Tuesday, May the 21st. Let's get into it. As always, we'll be breaking down today's market price action, looking at top-down analysis, then take a look at the currency baskets, and then we'll talk about some possible setups ahead. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
As we do our market analysis, let's just jump right into the news of the day. And again, market remains strong and volatility remains low. So again, this is a great environment for directional traders with not a whole lot of volatility. Now, outside of the broader markets, the US dollar and the bond yields, they're holding steady. So we're not really in that environment like we were back in November and December, where the markets are ripping off. And then we see the dollar falling down and the bond yields falling down. That's not what we have here. I think the dollar and bond yields are still holding steady. So it's just a quiet environment where everything is kind of doing well. Now, if we take a look at the percentage today, again, not a good, exciting day today. And again, this is something we have seen it week over week. Every time we had a great week, it follows by with some sort of consolidation. It goes with some sort of pullback, and then it just continue moving in the direction. So far, it was not really an exciting day to be part of any of the movements here. This is why you want to use buy stop orders. You want to get in when things are breaking out rather than when things are getting choppy here. Now, if you look at the broader markets, let's just take a look at where we are in the S&P, slightly higher, holding on to the gains. The World Stock Index mostly flat. Cryptos are down a little bit, but you can see that these were not meaningful moves. So this is just some corrections taking place or some continuation taking place, but there's no real change of trend or change of moves today. Now, in the crypto markets, you can see Ethereum is actually doing really well. So that's really where the performance is. So out of all the cryptos, I like Ethereum here compared to the Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. Now, as we go in our outlook here, where are we? I think we are at a +2. Take a look at where we are. This is something that I was really paying attention to. You know, we got a breakout. So after a breakout, what do you get? You get a consolidation or you get a pullback. So prior resistance becomes a new support. Right now, this is just gathering energy for another run higher. So market environment, nothing has changed. Everything looks good here. And so far, I think this is likely to go higher than lower. Now, looking at the news, again, we didn't have much yesterday or even early today. So this is one of the reasons I've noticed a lot of driving moves comes after the news events. And this is not, when things are quieter, it means there's not a whole lot on the docket. We had the CPI data coming out of the Canada here, but again, nothing spectacular, nothing really moving things one way or the other because the numbers are really coming in line with expectation. Remember, the big moves happen when there is a mispricing of what was expected and what comes out. And if there's a big variance, that's where the big moves comes out. Now, tonight we have the RBNC. And you can see that they're holding around 5.5. I don't really have big hopes for these rate statements right now because they're all kind of doing the same thing. They are all holding steady. So we'll see what happens if the statement comes out bullish or dovish, because it clearly will have an impact. So regardless of what happens, it's good to be paying attention to it, especially if you are trading or already exposed to the Kiwi here. Tomorrow morning, we have the CPI out of UK. So another one, especially if you're looking at the pound crosses. So those are the two ones that we have here. We have the FOMC meeting minutes. Don't really know if that's going to be a big market moving impact. But I think, again, Thursday and Friday, I really want to paying attention to these manufacturing and services PMI. I think they will have a bigger impact on those currencies. Now, let's just take a look at currency analysis and jump into the velocity score. Remember, we need a good velocity score. And guess what? Everything is between the -1 and +1. This is not really what I want to trade. I want to trade +2 or +3 versus a -2 and a -3. Even though the pound is staying pretty strong, there is really not a whole lot of comparison to do with the -2 to -3. Now, in the crypto markets, Litecoin and Ethereum doing better, and the Bitcoin Cash sort of pulling back. Now let's take a look at some possible trades here and see what we're looking at.
Do you want to be a professional trader? Maverick Currencies is the oldest US-based Forex and crypto prop trading company that will pay you for trading with our capital. Trade our capital and keep 70 to 80% of the profits. We are looking for traders just like you that are hardworking and motivated. Click the apply link on the top right of this video to see if you have what it takes. That link takes you to a 4-minute video that explains the trader position available, and you read a list of FAQs that answer pretty much all the basic questions you have at this point. After watching the video and reading the FAQs, if you're interested, fill out an application, then you'll watch the full-length recruiting video, and then schedule an interview with one of our traders. Are you our next trader?
Now, if you take a look at, let's just take a look at the Aussie here. I mean, we were looking at the Aussie USD, but here's the currency basket. Aussie USD, you can see that the Aussie is still looking good. Kiwi is sort of pulling back. I still like these setups. As we talked about in the currency room, we have nice direction in place. So in that case, we got to continue looking for more upside than the downside. So nothing really has changed. Euro has some resistance to clear, but let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar is also holding steady here as well. So I'm not really a big fan of the dollar, but take a look at it. This yen is still like my favorite short here. I mean, you can see this thing is just going sideways for now, but that still looks like a good short candidate here based on the daily chart. So looking at these setups here, let's just jump into the stronger versus the weakest. Actually, let's go back to the Canadian dollar, see what the Canadian dollar did today. So you can see Canadian dollar did not do well after the Bank of Canada raised the CPI. So let's just take a look at some of the pairs. First one goes pound CAD. You can see that this thing is clearly breaking out, and this is a big breakout because 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it has been testing this level for a long time, and now it's breaking out. So now we have this as the breakout point. So new resistance. Now prior resistance is becoming a support. So what I would need to do is look for any pullbacks to go long into. So tomorrow, again, we have the CPI, but after that, I think this one probably be a better candidate here. Same thing with the Kiwi. Again, we don't know what the RBNZ is going to be, but Kiwi CAD still remains, could be a potential candidate, but remember, it needs to break out above that 83, 87, 84 to really break out. So that's where we are. But again, cleared out night resistance, just pulling back. So we want to take advantage of these pullbacks. Now, let's talk about my favorite short. This is the Swiss franc. So Swiss franc, again, made that nice break on the daily chart. So this is, again, a green signal that the Swiss franc is moving lower. I still think Swiss franc has a lot more to correct. Look at the weekly chart. It has a lot more room to correct. So on a 4-hour chart, what are you getting? We got a breakout here, getting a little bear rally. So this is the next level of support. Again, another entry around that time when it does break lower. In that case, we can continue to hunt, let's say, pound Swiss franc. Beautiful setup, making high base. I think I like the breakout over here. Taking a look at Kiwi Swiss franc. Again, just in pulling back in the short term here. But these ones all are good long candidates against the Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc, look at that beautiful high base formation taking place here. So that's what we like. In conclusion, RBNZ base statement tonight and the pound CPI tomorrow. Keep an eye on those trend scores. When things are consolidating, pull back, scale back, and let the momentum build up, and then you could look for breakouts here. That's just the way how markets are moving. Low volatility environment, and we want to be looking for opportunities around these news events. So take care. I'll see you in the next one. Happy trading.